Hi, welcome back to my channel, Blessed Trimability. We're going to do a little bit of cooking tonight. Something that's very easy when you need something easy. I had this chicken, and I think it's a Trim Healthy table where it talks about how to slow bake your chicken. That is the best thing to do. If you slow bake it for 2 or 3 hours, I think at 150, 170, something like that. And what I always try to do is keep some of that in my freezer at all times so that we can have something quick. So I had this, I was gonna make chicken salad, but I went to the dentist and he put a new crown on and he didn't numb me and it was like, oh, but I'm doing fine. But I thought, well, I think I'll have soup tonight. And I knew I had this chicken, and I was just talking about when I made the ginger juice video a few minutes ago that it's freezing rain outside. It's just a nasty evening outside. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a soup, and this is just kind of concoction of different things I've seen over the years and stuff, and I'm adding it, just together. But what I've already done in the Instant Pot, I think you want to see the food and not me. In the Instant Pot, I've already put 4 cups of water. Now to that, I'm going to put in 2 of these bouillon cubes. Yes, it probably would be best to go ahead and make the bouillon mix from the Trim Healthy the Trim Healthy Mama book, but I have not done that. So, and I think this will give it a little bit of flavor. So I'm going to put 2 of these Knorr chicken bouillon cubes in it. And then to that, I'm going to put, I like to keep all my spices in these little ball jars and right on the top what they are. And I'm going to put, I think I'll put about a tablespoon of this parsley in there. And have white pepper. If you've not tried white pepper, it adds so much flavor to whatever you're cooking. And it's a little warmer than the black pepper, I think. But I'm going to use probably a scant teaspoon, maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon of that in there. Minced, I have some onion powder here. I'm going to put just a teaspoon of that in there. I was telling you that I keep my spices in these jars, and I have the title of what it is on there. And look at this one. Can you see that? Can I get that too? You probably don't know what that is either. My daughter was here on a Sunday, and we were cooking, and she said, I need the garlic powder. I said, it's in there, and she said, I don't see it. And so I handed it to her, and she said, which is funny, she said, how do you know? And I said, well, you have to live here, because I know that used to say garlic powder. So indeed, I do need to make sure that I can get my jars relabeled on that. Garlic powder, I think I'm just going to put about maybe like a half a teaspoon of that in there. You can, this is just to your taste, whatever you think. Gracious. Make sure I put the right lid on the right one, because I know what they are. Okay, and to this, I'm going to add, you put whatever vegetables you want. I'm going to put 2 cans of drained green beans. And I cut up pretty much a head, the whole thing of celery. I don't know if you want to call it a stalk or whatever you want to call it. And here's my chicken. It's probably about 3 cups. And then, sorry, I have a bag of curly rice. Put in there. I was going to let this simmer on the stove, but it's getting later, so I thought, well, I'll just put it in here. But then there's the last thing I'm going to put in here. I want to show you that it is so novel, and I believe I read this on a soup, Mama Shire. I believe she's the one that I saw this on her website. I just about forgot. I'm going to put this thing of organic bone broth in here. Make sure I don't go past the fill line. Okay, and it's angel hair coleslaw mix, and it represents like noodles in the cooker. Take that that'll be okay if we push that down in there. Now, if you would want this to be creamy, you can, if you want it to be dairy free, you could add coconut milk in it. Or if you're non-dairy, I would wait till I took it out and maybe put some sour cream in it. But these end up, now, I'm not crazy. I know that these are not noodles. I understand that. But it gives you the texture, maybe, of a noodle for like a chicken noodle soup in here. Okay, well, I think I better not put anything else in there. What you do is you just make sure it's on seal. And you just cook this in your Instant Pot on manual and for 3 minutes. And then, something that's kind of important, when I read this other recipe I was making, and I put the coconut cream, I think it was a loaded cauliflower soup, and it said reduce the pressure instantly, and I had not really ever done that before, and I was like, when I thought, okay, well, when it goes off and says it's done, I'll just flip that over. And maybe because I had it pretty full, I don't know. But it started spewing the broth all over my kitchen. And the funny thing was, I was going to tape it that night, but I didn't get a chance. And good thing I did, because it would have sprayed all over the camera, just like it was spraying all over you. But God is good all the time. And this is what happened. Let me show you. I have a towel. See this towel right here? I have on my KitchenAid mixer. What I did was I was running from it, and I ran over here and I picked this up, and I was just gonna throw it over the top because I didn't want the juice to keep going everywhere. And it was just like I lassoed it, and I hit that, and it hit the vent thing back over to where it was sealing again, so it stopped all that. Now, what are the odds that I could grab this from over here and lasso it over there and stop it? I'm sure the Lord helped me with that. But it was, and then yesterday, and I thought I had cleaned that all up, and yesterday I was cleaning really well, and I looked in that chair and I thought, what are these spots in this chair? It was still broth that I had missed cleaning up the first time, little bitty spots on my chair that sits here at the bar. So, I said there's funny things happen here all the time. So, that's a little bit how I, made this soup, and it's going to have to, like I said, be in the Instant Pot for 3 minutes. And then when it's done, I'll bring you back when we open it up, and hopefully it doesn't spew everywhere, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, be right back. Quick thing I wanted to show you that I'm prepping tonight also is cabbage steaks. And I just took the cabbage and I just sliced them in round slices. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this garlic olive oil on them. Just drizzle it on them. Sometimes even picky eaters. Now, my husband, he doesn't like a lot of, well, I won't eat chicken at all, but he doesn't like a lot of the things like I like. I think it needs just a little bit more. But he will eat these. And so to this, we're going to do a little Himalayan sea salt on it. And then I have some of these rainbow peppers. It's like in this, it has the red and the white and the black pepper in it. I need to adjust this a little bit. It doesn't want to come out very well. There. What kind of pepper do you like? Do you like just the ground pepper? And I've used the peppercorns to grind myself for so long that there's a recipe in the new Trim Healthy Future book where you make they are molasses cookies, and it has it has pepper in it, and you have to have ground pepper for that. So I actually bought some ground pepper. And I told you, I think in one of the other videos, about where I go to the Amish store, and they have all the spices in bulk. And they actually have some THM stuff too. Now what I would do with this is I'm going to roast it at 400 degrees for, I think, about 15 minutes. How many of you that eat THM, that you have to, I see my cat back here, that cat will not get off of that counter. So be assured I always wipe that counter down every day and always before I cook, but she does not know the rules, evidently. But I told you I cooked something for him that lasts him for a better part of the week that I don't eat. But this is something so simple. I used to eat this all the time too. But what it is, it's enchiladas, and all you do is you take 2 cans. It's gonna be really unhealthy. You take 2 cans of chili with no beans. You put half of a jar of salsa, a couple tablespoons of chili powder. Yes, and you stir that up, and then you take tortillas, like the white taco tortillas, and you put like a spoonful of that in them and roll them up, put them in the pan, and then you pour the rest of the mixture over the top, and you top it with about 2 cups of mozzarella cheese and about 2 cups of the cheddar cheese or Colby Jack, whichever you like, and you bake it for 30 minutes at 350, and it's really good. It's really easy, and if you need them to eat something else while you eat trim healthy, yeah, there's really nothing wrong with that. Give them what they'll eat, because who wants a battle over supper time? So in that way, you know, that probably will last him. He won't want to eat it every night, so we'll have to figure out something for a couple of other nights. But he'll eat, you know, it'll last the refrigerator about a week. So in a week's time, I say that we'll probably make 8 servings, 8 good sized servings, and you know, fix it with a salad, and you know, there you go. If you wanted something similar to that for you on THM, you could take one of those low carb wellness tortillas, and I don't know what you could put in it. Maybe you could put maybe you made some homemade chili or something like that. But I'm sure there are enchilada recipes out there. But you know, if you're making that for a family, make you a dish of enchiladas that you can eat if they won't eat what you eat. And you know what? THM ingredients, or you know, good for you ingredients on a whole, they're expensive. And if they're going to think that it's just okay, instead of, oh, this is really good, they're just going to think, it's okay. You know what? I don't want them using my ingredients. So I used to make my husband sweet tea with my Gentle Sweet, trying to help him. But then he would drink the sweet tea with Gentle Sweet, and he'd eat 2 or 3 little Debbie cakes. I'm like, this is wasting my Gentle Sweet. So I don't do that anymore. But what you can do is, you know, fix yourself some enchiladas, THM or keto enchiladas probably, and freeze them, you know, to eat what you can eat for a couple of days, and then take and put them in individual containers, and make sure that you label them. I'm telling you what, I am very bad at labeling things. I'm like, what is this in the freezer? I don't know what it is. It is like mystery meat or whatever. So make sure that you label, and my daughter would say, and date them, so that you know when you put them in there. And but then, you know, you're prepared ahead, and say all of a sudden you're tired and you fix that for them. You have yours in the freezer. Or, you know, everybody's at school or doing something else, and you're hungry and you want to eat something at lunch, you have something already ready in the freezer. Okay, so I didn't set the timer, so I'm probably going to set that for about 12 minutes, and I will bring you back and show you what the end product looks like. Okay, we're back. The soup has finished, and I released the pressure, and it did not go everywhere, which is a good thing. So we're going to open it up here and see. Touch down so you can see it. You see my husband's soda pop there on the counter. Let's see if we can. There. Does that look good? And I'm 100% sure this is a fuel pull at this point. If you wanted to add, like I said, before you cook it, a can of coconut cream, that'd be fine. Or I would maybe, if you want some sour cream in it, afterwards. could do that. And what I do is I'll take a canning jar like this, and I will ladle some of it right into this canning jar, because then I can take it to work. And then, of course, I will put it in the refrigerator, but I will have this ready to go of a morning so I can take it to work, and I don't have to figure out what I'm going to put in my lunch. And I think that's something that's very important, especially if you're going to be gone for the day or if you work outside of the home. Always have your lunch ready the night before. Get it ready to go the night before, so then when it's time to go in the morning, you're not you know, rumbling around trying to find, you know, what to do, and it just works out better. What's that saying? Your tomorrow self will thank your today self if you do something like that. These others I'm going to put in quarts, and probably I'll end up putting some of this in the freezer because I won't be able to eat this all up before it would go bad. A lot of times I like to give some of my friends a little bit of it that eat THM also. Eat on plan. And I probably will get another little jar or so to put it in, so that's for my lunches also. And then I'm also going to have some for supper tonight. Just like I said before when we were in this video, that it's icy and cold, but then it's supposed to be 60 tomorrow, so that will be good. Okay, I think I'll fill up this plastic container for one of my friends, so they can, so they can have some of it. I've also, the cabbage steaks are now done. I'll show you what they look like here in just a second. And then I'll make, that's some toast that I'm making over here in the oven. Hang on. Give it another couple minutes. I've talked to you before about how I make the, you can use the, make the WWBB, or I make Brianna Thomas's her original bread recipe, but I put it in a jelly roll pan so that then I can, it works out better for me and I can cut it. Doesn't that look good? A little too hot to try right now. That'll be my supper here in just a little bit. I think I'll let these cool a little bit before I put the lids on them. It's something new that I've going to start doing. I think maybe with a lot of you that are on YouTube, you've heard about the needy homesteader where they had the terrible accident where her husband passed and her children were hurt and she's in the hospital. And I've been watching her videos, and she's inspired me to start canning again. I used to can years ago, and they're really talking about, you know, we really need to watch out for our food supply. And like, I do have a pantry in the basement, but I'm going to start putting more food by canning. And it's something she said that helped me, and it might help you too, that you don't have to grow everything you can. Look for good deals at the store and dehydrate or can things yourself, but make sure it's things that you will use. So I'm getting some new supplies in. My daughter, the other day, we used the same Amazon account, and she said, "Did you order a lot of stuff on Amazon? Because these orders keep coming through." And I said, yes. I was teasing her. I said, I keep the books for the farm. And I said, the farm paid me fine today. So I've gotten a few nice things, and I will show you those. And I've actually found how to make some jelly that using a pectin that won't affect your blood sugar. And so we'll be doing some things like that, because that's a game changer. Think about that. I mean, I know they have recipes of things, but you have to keep those in the refrigerator. This, or freeze, but this one, it would be shelf. You know, you can keep it on the shelf when you can it. So I'm looking forward to doing some recipes like that. And let's see if that toast is done. It's going to keep buzzing at us. What kind of? Show you what it looks. Can you see that there? I put 2 pieces of plain, and this other one I put a divided a piece of a wedge of Laughing Cow on it. I tried not to eat a lot of dairy. And then here, let me show you the cabbage, how it turns out at the end. It has some color on it, and it's very tasty with the spices and the oil and stuff on it. I think this ended up cooking, I told you 15, I ended up doing 20 minutes. on it. Okay. So, well, I'll finish this up. That'll finally be time to eat my supper. And thank you for cooking along with me tonight. It's fun. It's just like you have friends right here in the kitchen with you. So, leave a comment below. Tell me some other things you might like to see us cook. And of course, can you hear the dog? She was squat again. So you have a blessed evening, and we'll see you again soon. Be sure to share the videos, and if you would, push the subscribe if you're not already one of our community, and give us a thumbs up. See you later.